when it comes to betting sports, and it really doesn't matter what sport we're talking about. Baseball is what we're talking about today, but across sports, it really doesn't matter how good a team actually is. What matters is their current form, how good they're currently playing. And the differential between current form and full season results or full season expectations are where you and I can make money betting baseball and beating baseball. We're not asking to bet every team every day all year. We're looking for hot teams to ride and cold teams to fade. And we have a pair of those to talk about today. We got the Braves facing the St. Louis Cardinals. Atlanta's home chalk in this ballgame. We have the Tampa Bay Rays in Kansas City against the Royals. Let's break them both down with today's Daily Double video powered by WagerTalk. I'm Ted Savransky. Teddy covers. Before I start, I want to say thank you for watching. We really appreciate the comments, the likes, and the follows. I'm trying to do these daily double videos just about every day. We really appreciate your support. Comment below, like, and follow WagerTalk TV. Thank you again for your support. Now let's start with St. Louis and Atlanta. And boy, the betting markets are starting to tell us that the Braves' current form isn't something that's just an aberration. Looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen right now, Atlanta minus 115, minus 110s out there at home with Waldrop on the hill against Dusty May, who got lit up in his last outing and missed a turn in the rotation, dealing with back spasms. It's not like the Cardinals are a great team, but the betting markets are saying right now, Atlanta's not a great team either. Total in that ball game sitting 8.5, a little bit of juice to the over. And look, this isn't a short-term hiccup for the Braves now. They had the best record in baseball. They were 45-21. That was their high point on June 7th after sweeping Pittsburgh. Since that time, they're 5-13. They're 1-4 off their last 5 wins, and they won yesterday. During this span, 13 losses, 9 of those losses came when they were favored, like they're favored today. Jake Baldwin, ice cold. Austin Riley, ice cold. There's a whole lot of guys for Atlanta offensively who've been ice cold of late. Walt Weiss, quote, things can snowball in this game one way or the other. And it certainly snowballed the wrong direction here recently. Yeah, you're right. Atlanta bet against all the way until proven otherwise. Now, Herschel Waldrop was pretty good as a rookie last year. He went 6-1. He had an ERA under 3. He was expected to be in the starting rotation this year, but he ended up he had issues in spring training. He had right elbow surgery. They shut him down early. And he's a guy who is not likely to go deep into today's game. He had 2 innings of scoreless relief work the other night. He could be paired with Grant Holmes today. Grant Holmes doesn't have a good track record against the Cardinals. But one thing we can be confident of, Waldrop's not throwing 7 innings of 2-hit ball tonight. He's going to get one or, he'll face 10, 15 batters, maybe 20. But I'm not expecting an extended outing from a Hurston Waldrop, nor do I trust the Braves pitching behind him, especially Holmes, who hasn't been real good and doesn't have a good track record against St. Louis. Now, Dusty May is an interesting story for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, again, they're above 500. They've been well under the radar all year long. A solid, profitable team. They're not great. Atlanta's got more upside. Atlanta's A game's better than St. Louis's A game. I get that. But Dusty May, when Dusty May's on, he's as good a pitcher as there is in Bay. I mean, he really is very, very difficult to hit. And he's been on more than off of late. Now, he did miss a start with injury. His back was hurt and a lower back tightness. And he did get lit up in the start prior to missing that. But boy, Dusty May has been really good for extended stretches this season. Of course, the best bullpen arms for St. Louis rested and ready behind him because they got clocked yesterday. The quotes from Oliver Marmol talking about May, quote, he's able to touch the mound again, throw a side a couple days ago, came out of that feeling really good. He's a full go on Thursday. No argument here. If you want to go first 5, I'll go full game. I think this number is very short on Atlanta for a reason. Cardinals or pass for this better in this ball game. Before I talk about Tampa Bay and Kansas City, I do want to let you know about what's going on right now. There's two things I want to talk about. First, there's a great deal right now. It's called the Football is Coming Soon deal. All right. You'll get every play every day between now through college football's opening weekend. That's August 29th. So you get all the NFL preseason. You get college football week 0, and you get every baseball play that I released. There's nothing more to buy. There's no bait and switch. You get all the 5% big tickets. Normally $5.98. You can get it now for $2.99. So basically, you're getting half off every play every day between now and the start of football season. In addition, I do want to let you know about the NFL season win report that will go live July 31st, noon Pacific time. It's free with my NFL season pass. The record, long-term, 105-56. That's 65% since 2001 when I started releasing these. 17-5, 77% with the 5% big ticket reports. I lost last year with my NFL season win reports. I have never, in the history of the report, had back-to-back losing seasons. I do not expect to have one this year, and I'm working NFL every single day. Again, you get it for free with an NFL season pass. $5.99 for the full season, $1.99 for the report. Do the math. Check it out. My homepage, WagerTalk.com, is wt.buzz/TC to get on board. Now let's talk about Tampa Bay and Kansas City. And what did we talk about in the first? Current form matters more than any other factor when it comes to beating sports. You have to be aware of what type of run the team is currently on. You have to be aware of what the mentality is. And, of course, their level of competition. And here is a matchup of two teams headed in absolutely opposite directions right now. A week ago, and by the way, looking at the odds logic live odds screen, Rays minus 120 to minus 130 on the road, depending on where you shop around. Total in that ballgame sitting 10.5. It is going to be difficult conditions for pitchers in Kansas City tonight. Hot, humid, winds blowing out. This is not likely to be a pitcher's duel, and the markets are saying that already. Now, Tampa's bats are hot. All right. The reason that the Rays went from a 3.5-point deficit in the AL East to a 3.5-point lead over the last 7 days is because they just won 7 in a row. The Yankees have lost 7 in a row. So, boom, standings flipped between those two teams over a 7-day span. And when you look at how Tampa's doing it right now, boy, their bats are on fire. You have one hitter, Junior Camaro's had, 6 straight games with a home run. It's impressive what they're doing on the offensive side. And Kolek's coming off a stint in which he was on the DL. I don't expect him to go for an extended stretch here. I would expect the Rays, from a side standpoint, if I'm playing, I'm laying with Tampa Bay. The total here is probably worth a look as well. Seymour and Kolek, these are not two aces. And again, Kolek, when he's in good when he's pitching at his best, maybe he is. But this is first start off an injury. I do not expect a deep game here. Neither team's got a particularly great bullpen that is fresh behind them. We have hitters' conditions at Kauffman Stadium today. And, yeah, the lean here is most assuredly looking at the Tampa Bay side and looking at the over in a game. Again, the total's 10.5. You don't see a lot of 10.5s in KC. When you get one, the markets are telling you something. So, yeah, we like over in this ballgame, and we certainly lean to the Rays, who are the hotter of these two teams. The Royals are what they are. They're burning their backers' money. They're 1-6 their last 7 ballgames. They have not stepped up well in class. And really, if this comes down to a matchup of bullpens, the Rays, Royals, no comparison between these two pens. So, Tampa and over, as well as the St. Louis Cardinals. So that's my 3 opinions for the 2 games on this video. Again, thank you so much for watching WagerTalk TV. We appreciate the likes, the comments, the follows. Check out my homepage. Do have a single best bet and MLB for today, backed by an under-the-radar 70% angle. Check it out, wt.buzz/TC. Have yourselves a great Thursday, and thanks for watching. Cheers.